start to the day with outbreaks of rain moving in, and the outlook remains unsettled. I'll have all the details of that and more coming up on Good Morning Britain.
Monday, Richard Madeley.
Crazy, as we heard Pip talk about, they had another typhoon just a few weeks ago that killed hundreds of people, and then hot on its heels, this next one, a super typhoon. So this is the footage, and as we heard in wind speed, we need 115 maximum sustained winds. That means when it made landfall, the winds were constantly at 115 miles an hour, peaking at 140, and that made it a super typhoon. The track of it is now taking its way through the South China Sea. It has its sights set on Taiwan in a few days' time. It will slowly lose its intensity as it heads its way towards Taiwan. But as we've been hearing, this part of the world have seen a lot of heavy rain, huge typhoons moving through, so it looks like there's set to be more significant weather in the coming weeks at the moment. For us, two things with our weather. Firstly, it is mild. Temperatures are way above average. If you were out for any length of time this weekend, you probably didn't even need a jacket. But wet is also the theme. Low pressures queuing up from the Atlantic to bring spells of wind and rain most days this week. At the moment, none of them are named storms, but just certainly nuisance value rain for the time being. But for today, it's cloudy with rain that'll be heavy, particularly for some areas where we have some pretty strong winds. But first thing this morning, we have rain greeting us across Scotland, where it's heavy. The rest of England and Wales, it is cloudy, and that is why it is so mild this morning. Now, as we head through the morning, starting off with the fine weather and sunshine for England and Wales, but heavy showers moving by this afternoon and some gusty winds. But then the weather improves for Scotland, Northern Ireland, Northern England when sunshine returns. And temperature-wise, we're looking at 11 or 12 in the north, 15, maybe 16 degrees in the south. And we keep with this mild, if not unsettled theme, as we head through the next few days with no nighttime frosts in the forecast. Good morning to you. Our mild theme of weather continues all week long, and yet again there's a fair bit of rain in the forecast, and that's because weather systems queuing up from the Atlantic. So the jet stream drives them across the Atlantic, bringing spells of wind and rain most days, and the winds come from a southwesterly direction, which is mild, and that is why our temperatures are way above. Good morning to you. We had a warm weekend yet again, and we continue with the mild theme for the rest of the week, and a fairly wet one too. First off, the wind direction comes from the mid-Atlantic, which is why it's so mild, and weather fronts queuing up to bring spells of rain or showers most days this week. So here's how it looks for today. Cloudy with rain, heavy to spin of late. That's it for me for now. There's plenty more still to come. You're watching Good Morning Britain. Good morning to you. The weather has been so mild so far this month, and it stays way above average with our temperatures for the rest of the week. The reason for that is the origin of our air. It comes from the mid-Atlantic, being drawn up from the southwest, this warm origin. But within that, we drag in weather fronts, so the outlook is warm and fairly wet. For today, the wettest... Welcome back to Good Morning Britain. Our weather has been mild so far this month, and we keep with this mild weather as we see our feeder air coming from the mid-Atlantic, but the origins also bring with it weather fronts, cloud and rain. Today we have heavy rain around, some pretty strong winds, but it stays mild. Temperatures start way above average. In fact, this morning, already starting where they should be by day for this time of year. The radar picks out rain that's heavy across Scotland. That'll be there this morning. Then it moves its way northwards. So for Scotland, Northern Ireland, Northern England, a brighter prospect this afternoon with sunny spells. But for England and Wales, it's showers. They turn heavy as they move eastwards. Some pretty gusty winds to boot. But look at these temperatures. 10 or 12 degrees in the north, 15 or 16 degrees in the south. And we keep with these mild conditions all week long.